Okay, so you're going to use this video to fill in your notes about the scientific method. When you see a word, I want you to pause the video to write the word down and make sure you get the spelling correct. So pause it as you need to. What is the scientific method? It is a process that is used to find answers to questions about the world around us. Is there only one scientific method? No, there are several versions of the scientific method. Some versions have more steps, while others may have only a few. However, they all begin with the identification of a problem, or a question to be answered based on observations of the world around us. They provide an organized method for conducting and analyzing an experiment. So we ask ourselves, what is a hypothesis? It is an educated guess based on observations and your knowledge of the topic. What is your data? It is information gathered during the experiment. Alright, so here are the steps. The first step is to identify the problem. What do you want to know or explain? Use observations you have made to write a question that addresses the problem or topic you want to investigate. Then you're going to form a hypothesis. What do you think will happen? Predict the answer to your question or the outcome of the experiment. Then you're going to create an experiment. How will you test your hypothesis? You'll develop a procedure for a reliable experiment and address safety rules. Then you will perform an experiment. Follow the steps in your procedure to perform the experiment. You need to record your data and observations. Then you're going to analyze the data. Is your data reliable? Does your data and observations from the experiment support your hypothesis? Okay, if the answer is yes, the data is reliable and it supports your hypothesis, you will communicate the results to other people in the form of a lab report and the conclusion to the lab report. If your data does not support your hypothesis or is not reliable, then you need to decide, is your data inaccurate or the experiment flawed? You need to modify the experiment and go back to perform your experiment again. Okay, so these are all the steps that you will take to carry out experiments. Okay, we ask ourselves a question, we identify a problem, we decide the hypothesis of what we think is going to happen, we carefully design an experiment, and then we follow those rules to perform the experiment. Then we record our data and analyze it to see if it supports our hypothesis or if and to make sure the data is accurate. Very good.